Hi students, today we are going to study about skeletal system in men. So, what is skeletal system? In Greek, skeletos mean dried body, or you can say it mummy. You all are familiar with the word mummy. So, the skeleton is the body part that forms the supporting structure of an organism. And there are two types of different skeleton types. These are exoskeleton, which is a stable outer shell of an organism like hair, nails, these, and the endoskeleton, which forms a support structure inside the body, and these are bones. So, let's proceed the chapter. Now, division of skeletal system. Actually, skeletal system of man is divided into two types. First one is axial skeletal system, which consists of 80 bones. Another one is appendicular skeleton system, which consists of 126 bones. First of all, axial skeleton. Actually, it is the central axis of the human body. Means axial skeleton consists of the 80 bones along the central axis of the human body. It is composed of 6 parts. It is the central core of the body and where the appendicular skeleton attaches. So from axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton attaches. So the word axial refers to the fact that the bones are located close to or along the central axis of the body. And the appendicular skeleton is composed of 126 bones in the human body. So here the word appendicular is the adjective of the noun appendage, which itself means a part that is joined to something larger. And functionally, appendicular skeleton is involved in locomotion of the axial skeleton or in the manipulation of objects in the environment. Now, division of axial skeleton. So, axial skeleton consists of 6 parts, and these are skull, which contains 22 bones, hyoid, which contain only 1 bone, ear ossicles, which contain 6 bones, vertebral column, which contains 26 bones, ribs contains 24 bones. 12 plus 12 means ribs are in pair, so 12 in one side and 12 in other side. And sternum contains only 1 bone. So if we calculate all these bones, the calculation is 80 bones. So axial skeleton consists of 80 bones, and these are 6 parts of axial skeleton, or you can say it's a composition of axial skeleton. Next comes, here are the pictures of axial skeleton. This is skull, this is spinal cord, this is ribs, this is sternum, and these are the ribs. This is ribs. These are the ribs, this is sternum. Now, this is collarbone, this is ear ossicles. So, these are the picture of axial bones. Next comes division of appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of 2 parts, limbs, which consists 120 bones, and girdles, which consist of 6 bones. So the total calculation is 126 bones. So appendicular skeleton consists of 126 bones. Now here are the pictures of appendicular skeleton. This is pectoral girdle or pelvis. This is femur. This is pelvic girdle or pelvis. These are the pictures of appendicular skeleton. Next comes division of skull. What is skull? Skull is the bony structure of brain or bony part of brain or head. Skull is the bony part of head. Now the division of skull. It consists of 8 cranium bones and 14 face bones. Now division of cranium. What is cranium? Human brain is enclosed in the cranium. So enclosed in the cranium, the human brain has the same general structure as that of other mammals, but it is over 3 times larger than the brain of typical mammal with an equivalent body size. Now, cranium consists of one occipital bone, one frontal bone, one ethmoid bone, one sphenoid bone, and two temporal bone and two parietal bones. These are the bones of cranium, and cranium is the part of skull. Now division of face bones. It is divided into following types of bones. These are vomer bone, which is 1 in number, mandible, which is 1, zygomatic, which is 2, maxilla, which is 2, nasal bone is 2 in number, inferior nasal concave is also 2 in number, lacrimal bone is 2 in number, and palatine bone is also 2 in number. So these are the division of facial bone. Now division of vertebra or spinal cord. It is also called backbone. Backbone is the main structure of human skeleton. Without vertebra, without spinal cord, or without backbone, these are a synonym of vertebra. We can't think about the skeleton. So vertebra are of following types: cervical vertebra 7 in number, thoracic 12 in number, lumbar vertebra 5 in number, sacral 5 in number when it is in fetus form, but in adult it is 1 in number. Coccygeal vertebra is 4 in fetus and 1 in adult. So these are the division of vertebra. Now division of ribs. These are ribs. Ribs is divided into 3 parts. True ribs are 7 in numbers, false ribs are 3 in numbers, and floating ribs are 2 in pairs. Next comes classification of bones. We can also classify bone according to their length, like long bones, short bones, like this. So first of all, long bones. In long bones, first come humerus. Humerus is a long bone in the arm or forelimb that runs from the shoulder to the elbow. This runs from shoulder to the elbow. Anatomically, it connects the scapula. And the lower arm, and consists of 3 sections, and these 3 sections are upper extremity, which consists of rounded head, tubercle, intertubercular sulcus, surgical neck, these, and middle extremity consists of deltoid tuberosity, and lower extremity consists of medial epicondyle, trochlea, coronoid fossa, capitulum, lateral epicondyle, and radial fossa. Next comes radius and ulna. This is radius and the parallel is ulna. See, radius is one of the 2 large bones of the forearm, the other being the ulna. It extends from the lateral side of the elbow to the thumb side of the wrist and runs parallel to the ulna, which exceeds it in length and size. And ulna is also one of the 2 long bones in the forearm, the other being the radius. It runs parallel to radius, which is shorter. Radius is shorter than ulna. So ulna runs parallel to radius, which is shorter and smaller. Ulna is located at the side of forearm closest to the body. Next comes femur. This is femur, bones of legs. Femur, or you can also say thigh bone. It's the most proximal or closest to the center of the body. So it is the most proximal bone of the leg in vertebrates, and it is capable of walking or jumping. Femur is the largest and longest bone in the body. You can imagine that the average adult male femur is 48 cm in length and 2.84 cm in diameter. And femur forms part of the hip joint and part of the knee joint. This is the knee joint. This is the knee joint. Next comes tibia and fibula. This is tibia and fibula. See, tibia is the larger and stronger of 2 bones. This is tibia is the larger and stronger of 2 bones in the leg below the knee in vertebrates, and the other is the fibula, and this connects the knee with the ankle bones. Tibia fibula connects the knee with the ankle bones. Next comes short bones. In short bones there comes tarsals and carpals. Tarsals are any of several short angular bones that in humans make up the ankle. Tarsals make up the ankle bones. There are 7 tarsals bone in human ankle. The talus articulates above with the bones of the lower leg to form the ankle joint. The other 6 tarsals tightly bound together by ligaments below the talus and function as a strong weight-bearing platform. Next is carpals. Carpals are the bones of sole. So these are the carpals. Next comes flat bones. In flat bones, there comes skull bones and ribs and sternum. Now irregular bones. Irregular bones are not straight bones. In it there comes spinal cord and ear ossicles. Next come sesamoid bones. Metatarsals and phalanges compose sesamoid bones. These are the bones of foot. These are metatarsal bones and these are phalanges. These are called sesamoid bones. Now here comes the characteristics of bones. First one is bones are classified according to their shape and size. Each bone is classified according to their shape, whether it is slender or flat bones, long bones, short bones. These bones depend on their size. And shape comes in flat bones, sesamoid bones. These are. Next, ends of long bones are covered with hyaline cartilage. Actually, hyaline cartilage is a gel-like substance which provides protective cushioning to the bones. That's why ends of long bones covered with hyaline cartilage. Next, function of long bones in mammals is to provide support and to produce RBCs and WBCs. See, the spongy bones of femur, humerus and sternum contains red bone marrow which produces RBCs, red blood cells, WBCs and platelets. They also contain yellow bone marrow at the center of these bones which is used to store fat. Next, epiphyseal plates at the extremities of long bones help in the elongation of bone. See, in long bone, growth occurs at the shaft or body of the epiphyseal plate. What is epiphyseal plate? Epiphyseal plate is the bone end. So thus increasing the length of shaft. So long bone growth stops when the hyaline cartilage stops reproducing itself and fully convert to bone. That's why epiphyseal plates at the extremities of long bones help in the elongation of bone. Next, bone formed by the ossification of a tendon is called sesamoid bone. What is ossification? You can also say it osteogenesis. So ossification or osteogenesis are synonyms. So ossification is the process of laying down new bone material by cells called osteoblast. It is a synonym with bone tissue formation. And sesamoid bone are short bone embedded within a tendon or joint capsule, that is patella. So its purpose is to alter the angle of insertion of the muscle. So these are the characteristics of bones. Now characteristics of skull. Skull of man is dicondylic. What is dicondylic? Dicondylic means it bears 2 condyles and tropibasic or interorbital septum is present between 2 orbits. See, a pair of occipital condyles located near anterolateral to foramen magnum movably articulated with the vertebra. That's why the skull of the man is dicondylic. Mandible or jawbone is the only movable bone of the skull. Forehead of skull is formed by a frontal bone. The posterior part is formed by occipital bone. And foramen magnum is present with occipital bone for exit of spinal cord. Nasal and vomer are the bones of olfactory capsules. Zygomatic bone is present which forms the prominences of the cheek. Next, ear ossicles also come in skull bones are 3 in number. These are malleus shape or hammer shape, incus or anvil shaped bones, stapes or stirrup shaped bones. Malleus is modification of articular bone, Incus is modification of quadrate bone, and stapes is the modification of higher mandibular bone. Cribriform plate is present in ethmoidal part of the skull. You can better understand from this picture. This is parietal part of the skull, this is frontal part, this is sphenoid, this is nasal, these are lacrimal of eyes, ethmoid bones, zygomatic bones of cheek, maxilla, mandible bone, zygomatic arc, styloid bones, temporal bones, and occipital bone. So this is the structure of skull. Now here are some solved examples from some competitive examinations. First one from AFMC 2001, and the question is, how many bones are present in human skull? It's a very interesting chapter. I know you will enjoy it. So, how many bones are present in human skull? 42, 22, 32 or 12? Hurry up. The right answer is 22. C. In human skull, 22 bones are present. Some of the bones are paired and some are unpaired. So the bones are parietals, temporals, frontal, occipital, sphenoid, ethmoid, zygomatic, etc. Among these, 8 bones are present in the cranium or brain box and 14 bones are present in the face. Next question from AIPMT 1994, and the question is, the type of joint between the human skull bone is called cartilaginous joint, hinge joint, fibrous joint or synovial joint. So what is the right answer? Hurry up, you won't get enough time to solve the question. The right answer is fibrous joint. And why it is so? See, in between the human skull bones, the type of joint is fibrous joint. This is not the case in fetal skull where the bones can move in order to accommodate the expanding brain. These joints fuse after the brain growth stops, that is usually in 1 to 2 years. Now, next question from AIPMT 1994, and the question is, which of the following component is a part of the pectoral girdle? And the options are sternum, acetabulum, glenoid cavity or ilium. The right answer is glenoid cavity, that is C.